Hello my lovelies, Barbara here with another tarot reading for the week ahead. It's Monday, the 20th of January 2025. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. I was teaching an introduction to mediumship at the weekend. Such fun. And do you know what I really like about teaching mediumship, well the introduction particularly, is that it sets people on a path. So it gives them that confidence so they can join a circle, so they at least know something about it before they jump in. So it's really, really good fun. Anyway, let's get on with your reading. So today we have the Tarot of the Old Path. It's a bit buttered. This is an old second-hand deck I bought ages ago. Just had the urge to use them today. I don't know why. 5 cards. So there's the back. Da, 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 da. And the lead card today is the Knight of Pentacles. So I feel strongly this week for all of us, it's all about financial and security bits and pieces. Depends what you consider as important security-wise. But strongly I feel it is financial this week. And obviously we've got over Christmas, we're in a new year, we're starting to think ahead. What are we going to do for the rest of the year? Have I overspent last year? Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Now, what I'm going to say this week is have faith in your own abilities. Now, don't go mad. You know, don't start spending out loads of money, even if you didn't at the end of last year. Just think very clearly on how you want to utilize your finances and how you can put them to good use. How can you invest them? All these sorts of things. Because if you look at this guy, I mean, he looks a bit sort of, yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm sort of very logically minded when it comes to money type of look. And he needs to go to a decent hairdresser, to be honest, but there we are. But look, he's wearing his armor, so he is protected. And if you also look on his sort of jerkin there, he has a pentacle. Again, a sign of protection. So you don't need to panic this week, even if you're thinking, like I said before, oh goodness, I spent too much money. You are protected. And I will say there is some form of, not necessarily money coming in, but that feeling of abundance almost, that things are going to get better. And the reason I'm saying that as well is these wonderful daffodils. Now, to me, when you see daffodils, you think, oh, springtime is nearly here, or springtime is here. It's just, it makes you think towards summertime, all these things. You know that winter is ending. I mean, already, I'm sure you've all noticed at night, the days are getting longer. I can now walk to the pub without having to use my torch to go up the steps. So I can just about see them. So it's definitely getting lighter in the evenings. And this is what it is. It's that feeling of, do you know what? Things are going to get better. In fact, they are getting better. Just sometimes you just have to step back a little and view the bigger picture. So, feeling abundant, that's great. Not necessarily with loads of money coming in, but feeling positive and secure. And you know what? What's even amazing? After this, we have the Six of Swords. Now, Six of Swords is normally, if you look on a Rider-Waite, there's a woman and a child, or we think it's a woman, sat in a boat moving on. And remember, sixes are all about getting past those wobbles. So there we are, wobbles of perhaps overspending at Christmas, something like that. Now this guy is very interesting because do you see he's actually holding 2 swords? And I strongly believe that those 2 swords are from the Two of Swords. I'm going to put the cards down. You know, if in the Rider-Waite, she sat like that, blindfolded. Oh, crikey, what decision should I make? Showing that this character, this guy, has been able to make that correct decision that is enabling him to move on to all this wonderful, lush growth over here. And if you look, all these other ideas are coming up. It's almost rather reminiscent of the lady in the lake here, but lots of them, to be honest. He's got stepping stones to move forward. wow. I mean, that's all from being sensible here and being very open-minded about the state of your finances at the moment, but how good they are in certain aspects. So it's a case of moving on, exciting moment. And it's just bizarre how they've worked out this week. So we have the wise one, which in a regular deck, a Rider-Waite deck perhaps, it's the Hermit. Now, this Hermit, or wise one, is different. If you think back to a Rider-Waite, it's a very wise man. He's got a white beard. He's there with his staff, with the lamp on the top, and he's looking downwards amongst snow. So he can't really see what's beyond that. That's the whole point. He's out there looking for certain things, spirituality, whatever, depending on the reading. So in this one, if you look very carefully, it is different. For one thing, he doesn't need his lamp. He's actually got it behind him. So it's light enough. It's like me going up the steps, going to the pub sort of thing. Yes, there's snow in the background and it's snowing here, but here, and that's what's important, do you see it's melting? And in fact, here you can see it's melting and it's actually, the water is moving on forward. Not only that, we have a little bunny. It's not a hare, it's a little bunny. Rabbits represent, guess what? Abundance and fertility. But I'm going to say abundance this time. So he's still barefoot, but do you see how all the snow is melting? That springtime is coming in. So I will say, I feel that whatever you do this week, or whatever we all do this week, can benefit us from the springtime onwards. Remember, 1st of February, I mentioned it last week, is Imbolc. That's the halfway point between winter and spring. So we are getting there. So don't lose this opportunity to actually get things in place. Interestingly, he has, that's a bit dangerous, health and safety, there with the flames going up, but he's protecting those flames from the snow that is behind him. So again, back to that protection of that Knight of Pentacles. And can you see there is a butterfly? Well, fire represents transformation. There's the transformation. So this wise one, who is protected in all ways, he's got a lovely cloak on and everything. He is protected. He is encouraging that wonderful abundance to come forth in the springtime. And once it does, look at this. Now, they've called it rods. 3 of wads. Rods even. So normally, again, in a Rider-Waite, there's a guy, he's sitting there, he's got lovely gold, on the sort of grassy hillock type thing. There's a golden sea or a golden river, boats going forward. It's just a wonderful, wonderful card that's about transformation and travel and all these sorts of things and moving forward. But look at this one. He is actually building something. Now, it's possibly the beginning of a new house, but certainly something that will, when it's finished, have some form of protection. So we've got 2 themes going on this week. We've got the financial side and the protection side. And that's very important. And they are linked together. He also has somebody up here who's assisting him. So it could be that this week or in the next couple of weeks even, because if you're thinking carefully, that you will have the assistance of somebody else who can perhaps give you some ideas or just give you a leg up and say, well, look, I tried this worked really well, blah, 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 blah. So he's there up in the tree. And again, you won't necessarily, no, I don't think you can see this. These aren't apples, they're actually pears. And guess what? Pears are all about abundance, fertility in some aspects, because if you think of the shape of a pear, it sort of goes up at the, so it's a very feminine type fruit. So he's up there coming up with this, a tree of abundance, and helping him build whatever he wants to build. So don't be afraid of asking advice from other people who can guide you in some way. Very, very important. And all this leads to that feeling of security. Now, whether it's financial or whether it's whatever makes you feel secure for later, past springtime and onwards. But it's important. Again, will say it's important that you start thinking about it this week. That's what back to that lead card. And finally, now I love, they call this the guide, and I think they should call it the guides, plural. So this would normally be temperance, and there's the little triangle up there. Now, this is, I'm going to say angel-like. I suppose it's supposed to be an angel, I'm not sure, but I'm going to say angel-like. But look at in the background. Now, this looks like an Egyptian goddess. This is another form of god, male, female. Remember, temperance is all about balance and bringing balance into your life. Now, it looks a bit, oh dear, it looks like almost like she's dead. She isn't, just like to point that out. And there's the man helping the woman. Balance, male and female, about helping each other out. So if one aspect of your life you're feeling a bit down, another aspect will be there to lift you up. But I'm going to say really strongly this week as well, look to your guides, look to your spirit guides, whoever they are. Do a meditation to greet them. Ask them what advice they can give you for your security over the next few months and perhaps long term. What I really noticed in this, do you remember, if I can find him, where's he gone? Is he there? Hang on, let's find him. Here we go. Back to him there, the wise one. Now, remember, there's that flame here. There's the water coming down. Look at this. There's the light of his flame. And there's the water coming down, feeding this spiritual pool. And if you look at the angel here, the angel, as in a traditional deck, has one foot on solid ground, so the material world, and the other foot in the water, representing the spiritual world. So the end of this week, it's that calming influence of, like, let's get a bit of balance in my life, even if there's a few odd things that perhaps haven't been going right, security-wise. It's a case of you can bring back that feeling of, yeah, I'm okay, I'm on the straight and narrow, on the level, it's absolutely fine. Just keep in contact with your spirit guides. There are lots of videos and recordings on YouTube if you want to meet a spirit guide of yours. But I like the fact that although it's called Spirit Guide, and it's obviously referring to this one, there are two more in the background. They're all there helping you. So this is, in some respects, a very healing week even, that can actually make you feel positive for the future within your security aspect of your life. So have a fabulous week and weekend ahead. Enjoy yourself. Think carefully in what direction you want to go within your security. I shall see you soon. Bye for now.